Hello, I'm Terry Saunders and this is the state of F1, or rather it should be. Look, Carfection this year asked me to do some videos ranting about the minutiae of Formula 1 because life is good and nothing else matters and there's nothing to worry about, right? It was going to be funny videos about how can Vettel control his temper, or will Lewis Hamilton pay his tax, or will Bottas. But instead, I've had to come out of self-isolation to talk about the elephant in the room, which, actually sorry mate, I'm not being funny, can you just move back? That's not 2 meters. Thanks. The elephant in the room is of course the apocalypse that's going to kill us all. Going to the pub is cancelled, going to an office is cancelled, standing next to someone is cancelled, and F1 is cancelled. Or is it?
Let's face it, this is the view we're going to have of any Grand Prix that happened this year. Cars pelting around empty grandstands like every race is in the Middle East. The drivers will have to do press conferences behind screens as if they're working in a branch of Barclays, and Martin's grid walk will just be a bunch of people you don't recognise on a Zoom call.
The thing is, cutting out fans is only part of COVID-safe F1. They call Formula 1 a circus, but it's actually more like an invading army. Every team has mechanics and engineers, every track needs a certain amount of marshals to stay safe. When a race is on, a local hospital has to be on standby. You need pilots for helicopters, drivers for ambulances, medical cars, safety cars. That's a lot of people. Then there's the media. Even scaled back, you still need people for cameras, for sound, overseeing transmission. Everyone needs to eat, shit and sleep. Well, apart from Adrian Newey, he's evolved past those things. But whichever way you look at it, having a Grand Prix has the potential to bring in thousands of virus super spreaders into a country. And that's not even forgetting the bloke who has to wave the flag at the back of the grid before the race starts. There are some further reductions one can make. I've played the Xbox version of F1, and at least half the mechanics just stand there like cardboard cutouts. And then there's those ones that just take up space in the middle of the race, sitting on folded chairs. They can stay at home. Even the medical staff can work from home. If there's been a bad crash, they can use a phone app to assess the injuries remotely.
Can you move your legs? How many fingers am I holding up? Oh, sorry. No, he's dead.
F1 is dangerous, we get that. But this is different. A mechanic coming down with a persistent cough could be more deadly than lapping the Nordschleifer in a car made of foil. Whichever way you look at it, the risk is going to be huge, the logistics mind-boggling, and the spectacle underwhelming.
Don't worry, I have a solution.
If a Grand Prix takes place in the woods but no one's there to see it, did it really happen? For all this effort and expense, it all starts to get a bit existential. E-racing has already proved that you don't have to conduct the races, so why take the risk? The thing is, there was a time before dedicated F1 channels where we didn't even get to watch the races fully live. There'd be a 5-minute segment on Grandstand, or you'd have to wait the next day for a newspaper report, or for CFAX to update like a 1980s Twitter. And add that to the fact that we're now so used to games like Championship Manager and Motorsport Manager where races and matches are simulated in a computer and not even real. And we're all tweeting races these days anyway. We've got all the ingredients. Why don't we go the whole hog?
What I'm saying is we can still have the races without actually having the races. Pretend the cameras are all broken and just show fake updates. Make F1 a retro text adventure game. Watch this. See? Almost as good as a real thing, and it's totally safe. Okay, well, it's at least better than the French Grand Prix. I mean, anything's better than the French Grand Prix. Even my podcast, For Formula One's Sake, in which we moan a lot about Formula 1. It's probably not for you.